A few of you people are talking about racism and things like that, and being a teacher, I'm really interested in the history of words, and racism itself is kind of a misnomer. If you talk about the animal kingdom, in biology you have a phylum and you have a species and you have a kingdom and all that. The humans are only people that have something that's called a race. I think everything else is called a breed, and actually race doesn't come from anything to do with biology or evolution. Actually, it has to do with Europeans, particularly the English, when they went out on their ships to foreign lands. They would land on a beach, and when they ran into a hostile population, the first word out of their mouth was, "I race you back to the boat, Nigel." And so that's where we get racism. It's not from a lot of unsuccess. Or there was so people would go back to England, and they would be overheard in the bar talking about the black race or the African race or the Samoan race, whatever. And people didn't understand. They're not talking about people. They're talking about that track meet back to the boat, right? So when they talk about they would talk about things like things got picked up like inferior races. It wasn't inferior races, it was inferior racers, right? Anybody ever heard of Captain Cook? Captain Cook? If you haven't heard of Captain Cook, there's a Whidbey Island, there's Hood Canal, there is also Puget Sound, all named after Captain Cook's lieutenants on his ship, the Discovery. Captain Cook, not a good racist, ended up in a stew pot in Hawaii. Because he obviously couldn't outrun those natives. So anyway, anybody here from Washington State? Anybody here from Washington? Not too many people anymore. Washington State. Is that 1 minute?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, not too many people from Washington State anymore. I'm from Sequim. Sequim is over on the peninsula. Has an interesting history. Small town now, used to be a lot smaller. Used to be a lot smaller.
How small was it?
It was so small, the city limit signs were on the same post. So, and there's a few weird towns out on the peninsula. There's a town called La Push. French explorers came, needed some help getting their boat off the beach. There you go. A town called Pisht, P-Y-S-T-H. It's a native settlement. Obviously, when the whites came and said we're taking their land, they were pissed about that. And one more, town of Queets, the state of Washington all the way down to Mexico was once owned by the Spanish. The English showed up, started shelling their settlement out on the coast, and they came out to the English with their white flag and said, "That's enough, man, we Queets." Is that my 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, well thank you.